of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth to the grave. 47's the top, took a bullet for all. Didn't flinch, didn't run, still they answer the call. And we say, be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum show. Be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum show. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth to the grave. 47's the top, took a bullet for all. Didn't flinch, didn't run, still they answer the call. And we say, be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum show. Be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum show.
If you don't believe that we are in a fight today, you're sleeping under a rock. If you get hit and you lay down and you cry and you fold up in the corner, definitely you will not win the fight. We show up to win. Our culture needs a lot of you young people in here to step up and stand out. There is nothing or no principality, power, division, devil can stop us when we're united. They can only get you when you're divided. When I see the American flag, I see us progressing to something that can be awesome and great. And if you don't plan on winning big, you might as well go home today.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. We got a lot to talk about today. Over the weekend, I had an incredible time. I say weekend, it was my weekend because I actually went to Vegas on the weekend. And shout out to Vegas, bro. Vegas is pretty cool, man. It's still kind of weird, right? Me and my dad went to, not the Strip, because I guess downtown Vegas is now popping. They got this little one street, Ferguson Street or something. I don't even know the name of it. But people can zip line across the whole entire street, which is probably like close to like maybe a half a mile. And it looks fun, but you gotta have weirdos everywhere you go. This lady she was dressed like a nun and she had her breasticles out. And I thought it was fake. I thought she just put on like a fake silicone thing. And so she's walking around being funny. And I got close to her and I was like, those are real breasts. And she got them hanging out. And then I felt dread for her. That this is how she makes money, is she literally takes pictures with people with her breasts out. That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's future wife. Maybe. I don't know about that. Maybe Nick or Mary. I don't know. But she means something to somebody somewhere. And I felt bad for her. And all the other people out there, one dude was just like Jesus and he peed on himself. He literally peed himself. And like, at first I was like, is that beer? But it was like, why would beer be running down his seat right now? Did he spill a beer or he peed himself? Fremont, there you go. But it was still kind of cool to be down there. The LED lights on the top, that stuff was pretty fun. And shout out to everybody who saw me in Vegas and said hello and shook my hand and said positive words. Man, I really appreciate y'all. Everywhere I go, people say, Officer Tatum, I love you, man, or whatever. So I'm really appreciative. And shout out to the UFC and Dana White, man. I wish I could tell y'all stories about Dana White. But, you know, I don't like to keep, make private stuff public. But I will say this. If you're not a fan of Dana White, you crazy. Dana White is the coolest guy that I've ever met. The most generous guy that you've ever met. You should hear how the staff talk about Dana White. We were at the hotel, Durango, which is a super nice hotel. But the staff there just absolutely adores him. And all the stuff that he do for the staff, I'm talking about people are just blessed there. And he's just that's what kind of person he is. So shout out to Dana White, man. I love that dude, man. He's one of the coolest people I've met. All right, let's get to the news. I just want to get a couple of y'all in here. Let's get to the news. Okay. Use of force by ex-Space Force sergeant sentenced in fatal shooting. He got 54 years in prison for what he did. Now, let me say this, because y'all know I'm a law and order guy. The law is the law. So he got to do the time because he did the crime. However, I do not feel sorry for the teenagers who got killed in this situation. Why, Brandon? Because you had no business stealing somebody's car. Two wrongs can be wrong at the same time. You can't shoot people while they're fleeing and while they're running. You can't just let your emotions get the best of you. I know it ticks you off when somebody steals something you work hard for. But as a criminal, you can't act like your life is going to be secured because you committed a crime and nobody can shoot at you. You get a person who had enough of it, you're going to be dead, and 54 years in prison, plus he probably get out for good behavior at some point. Ain't worth your life, is it? All right, now listen to the news report on this topic, and this was absolutely crazy. Roll a clip.
We're going to continue now with our other news coverage of the day, including some breaking news. A man who shot two teens who had tried to steal his car, killing one of them, learned that he will spend the next 54 years in prison. Thanks for joining us tonight, by the way. I am Jennifer Meckles.
And I'm Sam Shocker. Earlier this summer, a jury convicted Oris Schur of second-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder. He chased and shot at the unarmed boys as they drove away and kept firing after they jumped out of a vehicle and ran.
Kevin Vaughn from our 9 News Investigates team was in court today. He joins us now from Brighton. This sentence, Kevin, is right about in the middle of what could have happened today, right?
Jenny and Sam, that's exactly right. The judge had to sentence Oris Schur to at least 26 years in prison. She could have sentenced him to as much as 80. In the end, she settled on 54 years, and the upshot of that means that the earliest he could be eligible for parole is when he's about 70 years old. Xavier Kirk was 14, another boy 13, the night they tried to steal a car. Schur, a decorated Army veteran and an officer in the Space Force, gave chase. In all, he fired 11 bullets. Kirk died at the scene. The other boy suffered serious injuries. Before passing the sentence, Judge Karen Datz heard from Xavier Kirk's family and friends and from the man who killed him.
I just can't believe we're here under the circumstance. What Mr. Schur did to my son and his friend, to chase them down and execute them over a car that they didn't even take, is ludicrous. It's ludicrous.
This is my first time that I have addressed the court directly, and I want my first words to be, I am sorry. For the events that occurred that night, for the pain, for the grief and trauma that have followed, and for the impact that my case had on so many lives.
A prosecutor also read a letter to the judge from that other boy that was wounded, shot in the back, and survived. He apologized for what he and Kirk were doing that night, trying to steal cars, but he also said that he didn't believe that they deserved to have been essentially hunted down and shot.
Why not?
The court this afternoon was very powerful and emotional in that courtroom. A lot of tears from both members of the family and friends of Xavier Kirk and from family and friends of Oris Schur. Reporting live in Adams County, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Sentencing days are always difficult days. Kevin, thank you so much for following this case.
I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I have sons. I love my boys. If my son decides to steal somebody's car and the guy hunts him down and kills him, I'm gonna be mad, right? I'm gonna want to take action against him, but I can't get mad that happened. You had no business. For instance, you have no business stealing somebody's car and expecting them to say, well, I don't deserve to get shot. Well, he thinks you deserve to get shot. You don't deserve to steal. The dad go, and they didn't even take the car. Well, they didn't take the car because they were getting shot at, so they jumped out and tried to flee. Well, like I don't get it. I'll never get it. Hey, you can't do that, so you went to jail. But you can't do that, so that's why one of y'all done got killed, and the other one got shot in the back. The lesson of the story is, if you're carrying a firearm, you need protection. You need. This is my thing. If you're carrying a firearm somewhere, you need legal representation ready to defend you, right, wrong, or indifferent. What you don't want to do is have legal representation that will drop you if you end up making a mistake like this guy did. I don't think he understood the law very well. He probably thought he was justified in shooting them or shooting at them or whatever the case may be because they stole his vehicle. That's not the law. So if you are going to have a gun, and I'm telling you right now, and we have a sponsor that sponsors our show, and I have a membership with them. And don't go with these other companies. That's why the sponsorship that we have is the company that you should go with. Don't go with these other companies. I'll let you know in the description section. We'll put the link there. But you don't want to go with other companies because they will support you until you do something that is not, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't all together. And then they'll drop you and they won't defend you whatsoever. That's why you need a company that will defend you, right or wrong. And I'm not saying that the intent is right or wrong, but at the end of the day, at least you won't do 54 years in prison if you had an adequate defense. And sometimes people make mistakes. They don't understand the law fully and they have a firearm. And so don't worry with these other companies. Get secured with a company that will defend you no matter what happens as a law firm. If you're carrying a gun, because you never know when you get yourself in a situation where you may have to shoot somebody or you may get it wrong. And if you get it wrong, don't mean you shouldn't be defended. The problem is that you go and pay for a defense and they don't even defend you properly. You get 54 years in prison. But anyway, moral of the story, young people, don't do this. The thing that got him put over the edge because he shot 11 times while they were fleeing on foot. He ran them down, chased them down, shot them. And you won't find me having too much sympathy for people that are doing this stuff. And I want to give a great shout out to Shinergy. We just got our new batch in. We were sold out, so we just got our new batch in. So ShinergyLife.com, go get you some Shinergy day and night. And I'm not trying to push an ad, but I was just thinking about this because we just got the new batch in. The bags are better. We try to, as we go and improve, we try to just increase quality over time. Because it does cost a lot of money to maintain something like this. But the new bags are out. The new stick packs are out. The design. The product is even better. I don't know what they did, but I think that they ended up adding something or taking something, whatever. It tastes a little bit, just a little bit better, and it mixes a little better. So when you go to Tatum, the ShinergyLife.com, go on and get you day drink and night drink today. Nobody is promoting clean, total energy. No one on the market. We promote clean energy with not that much caffeine because you don't need that much caffeine to have energy. You really want focus. A lot of people is not just have energy physically. You want mental energy. So that's what Shinergy is developed to do. And then also, if you don't get a good night's sleep, you're going to wake up tired. And these companies want you to be in a perpetual state of being exhausted so you can just cram caffeine down your throat. And then you don't sleep well at night. Then you're tired again. And then before you know it, you just living off of energy drinks. We want you to have the totality of energy that you deserve. And that is good, clean, focused based energy during the day. Get some good REM sleep at night so you wake up energized and feeling good. Sometimes, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, probably not good for sales, but sometimes when I take the night drink, I feel good enough where I could just go through the day with just drinking the night drink. But when you have a day that's riddled with things that you have to think through, just like I do on this podcast, drinking a day drink will hype you up. Like literally, I'm about to jump out this chair right now. But anyway, let's get on to some more news. Huge win for Donald Trump in court against Letitia James, who made it her mission to go after Donald Trump and get him incarcerated if she could or bankrupt him if she could. And obviously neither one of those things happened. One, because I believe that God has chosen Trump for a time such as this. And that's the reason why Donald Trump has been unscathed, in my personal opinion. But huge win. Wait till you see how big this win is. And it's the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars. in a victory for Donald Trump, wrote a clip.
Well, a Fox News alert, a New York appeals court just this morning has thrown out President Donald Trump's massive civil fraud penalty. The decision from a 5-panel group in New York's appellate division changed the original decision that stood to cost Trump over $500 million. One appeals judge calling the lower court's penalty an excessive fine that violates the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution. You might remember that New York Attorney General Letitia James' office says despite this decision, they will not be dropping the case. Let's get some thoughts from Andy McCarthy. He's a former U.S. attorney. He is a Fox News contributor. He is on the phone with us. And last summer, you were helping us every single day as President Trump sat in that courtroom. Letitia James, the AG, she happened to be there as well. And at the time, I remember, Andy, you said that you thought this could be the outcome once the appellate court got a hold of it. What are your thoughts this morning?
Well, I think, Dana, that Trump may be ultimately completely exonerated on this. For now, the penalty goes. There was division in the appeals court about the merits of the underlying suit, but as you point out, what they found basically under an 8th Amendment theory, that's the amendment that prohibits cruel and unusual punishments, there was such a mismatch between whatever wrong was actually established in the trial and the outrageous penalty that was imposed for it, which was, I think, $355 million, which with interest and other costs is already up to about $530 million now because it continued to accrue for a while. That was such a ridiculous mismatch between what the penalty was and whatever the wrong was that was established that had to go. The court is leaving in place some other what they call injunctive rulings that were made by the court. So some things have to be sorted out, like how much monitoring Trump's organization is going to be under. But he's out from under the most important part of the case, obviously. And I think there could still be an appeal to the highest appeals court in New York, the Court of Appeals, where they will deal with the question that seems to have vexed the appellate division, which is the whole merits of the case and whether Letitia James, the Attorney General in New York State, should have been able to use a consumer protection statute that had never been used in this way to try to establish a fraud case based on sophisticated financial actors where, this is not a situation that a consumer protection statute was ever meant to apply to.
And Andy, we're just getting some new reaction in from the White House right now. If we can pull this up, this is from Trump spokesman Stephen Chung saying, quote, Letitia James' political crusade against President Trump, which is barred by the statute of limitations and where she ludicrously valued Mar-a-Lago and Palm Beach, Florida, as worth a paltry $18 million, as well as committed a ton of other fatal errors, is just another failed skirmish in the discredited lawfare campaign against President Trump, his family, and his business that other Democrat prosecutors are dropping left and right. Andy, real quick, final word to you. Letitia James was sitting in the front of that courtroom every day smirking, and it looks like she lost today.
She lost, but I think, Bill, Trump is president because of lawfare. And I think this was just it was a big part of it, but it was just one part of an overarching campaign in which Trump actually won sympathy from even people who weren't particularly sympathetic to him to begin with, but who saw if this could be done to him, it could be done to anyone.
Pretty incredible, and much more to come as we parse through this news today. Andy McCarthy, thanks for joining us. That was a quick breaking news story. We always love that.
Now, let's talk about this for a minute. We knew, those of us who have a common sense and a connected brainstem, and those who listen to people who got common sense and a connected brainstem, is that we knew this was a sham from the very beginning. When you say Mar-a-Lago is only worth $18 million, you should slap yourself and walk away in shame with something that's stupid. I mean, just the building itself is probably worth more than $18 million. You're talking about the land, 17 acres. I said this before, 17 acres of land. But like, bruh, they selling oceanfront property for $20 million an acre. What are we talking about? The property just north of Mar-a-Lago on the ocean with a little baby house on it. I think the house is like 5,000 square feet. They sell out $22 million. Mar-a-Lago got oceanfront on both sides. It's 17 acres. They can sell 17 plots for at least $20 million or more. What in the memberships and the notoriety of the property? 18 million? They could at least said $1 billion. This fool said $18 million for the property. That was so outlandish and crazy that nobody even believed that. With that being said, this is why the courts believed that it was excessive and unconstitutional. And we know it was lawfare. Let me get back to real quick to what a comment said. Somebody said, is there food, dye, and colors in Shinergy? No, it's not. It's all natural. Our stuff is only natural. We don't use dyes and none of that stuff, okay? Because we actually care about health and safety. Let me get down to some of the comments real quick so I can make sure I don't miss them. 18 million was absolute nonsense. And somebody said, I think it was Cartwright, I saw the last name, said, thank you, Brandon, for waking me up to the woke mind virus. I appreciate you. I love you. And thank you in return. Letitia James, I just want you guys to understand why people have called her an illegitimate prosecutor when it comes to what she did against Donald Trump. Listen to what she said, and you tell me, in conjunction with the fact that they just threw out that $500 million thing, and then also her saying that Mar-a-Lago is only worth $18 million, when you put that together with things that she have said, you tell me she shouldn't go to jail over this. She should go to jail with a crooked eye. I just realized one of my eyes crooked. One of them looking at you, the other one looking at the devil. I don't know which one is looking at what. Maybe the one is looking at the devil, the other one trying to look at you. One of them ain't right. One of them eyes ain't right. Get your eyes together before you try to dot your I's and cross your T's before you try to go after Donald Trump. Wrote a clip.
You also intend to prosecute him after he is out of office, correct?
Joy, again, our investigation currently is civil in nature. It is not criminal. In the event that we uncover any activity or conduct, in the event that we uncover any conduct. Oh, yes.
But will you go ahead with the civil suits?
Yes, our civil suit will continue, whether he's president or not. And so after January 20th at 12 o'clock, our investigation will continue, Joy.
There's no way a potential pardon for Trump or his three eldest kids would shield them from anything you're investigating. Am I right? That's what you just said, I believe.
Correct. He cannot pardon himself. What he could do is step down and allow the Vice President Pence, to pardon him. In all likelihood, I suspect that he will pardon his family members, his children, his son-in-law, and individuals in his administration, as well as some of his close associates. And then I suspect at some point in time, he will step down and allow the Vice President to pardon him. Now,
stop. I don't want to hear sugar honey iced tea else from her. You lying piece of dog wash. Maybe hogwash is the better one. Dog poo hogwash. You pony soldier. What did Biden say? Dog face pony soldier. You idiot. And this is why these people are stupid. She go, I anticipate that he'll pardon his children. Did he pardon his children? No, he never did. I anticipate that he'll step down and let Pence pardon him. No, he never did. But you know who did pardon his family? Joe Biden. Joe Biden. He gave up. This fool went retro pardon. I pardon my son now and for things he may have done all the way back from this time. And y'all still believe in these people? Come on, let's see the crash out that she did. Clip 4, she crashing out over Donald Trump 2023-2024 wrote a clip.
He's called me venomous.
We will fight back to your attempt to bring Trumpism to New York City.
He's called me disgraceful.
Of the fact that they stole the Supreme Court seat. An illegitimate president and an illegitimate member of the United States Supreme Court.
He's called me radical.
Listen, yes. We know he's crazy. Yes. We know he doesn't have a sound mind. Yes. We know he's out of control. Yes. We know he's losing it. Yes. We know his days are numbered and we will come together.
He's called me a racist.
We've got to stand up to an administration which is too male, too pale, and too stale.
Hold on. Too black, too white. person said that. It's too black. And what? Too black? Do you want to lose your credentials? This woman is a prosecutor. This woman is prosecuting crimes against people, and she's saying racially charged things. Is too pale? Are you claiming white people are pale? Are you saying that there's something inherently wrong with white people being in charge? Are you serious? And then you think you're going to impartially prosecute somebody. Where is the standard? When I was a cop, in uniform, in my official capacity, I could not say anything about anything. I was impartial. And that's the way I upheld the law. When I'm on duty, I don't care who you are. You're going to go to jail. Black people used to always come to me like, brother, don't let them do me like that. I said, brother, you broke the law. You finna go to jail. You know, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Or kinfolk ain't skin folk, whatever you want to call it. We ain't the same, brother. You're going to jail, brother. You want the brother to take you? I'll take you to jail. They make you feel better that a black man take you to jail? All right, Jake, I got it. I'll take him to jail. You still going to jail, brother? How about you not make me look bad by you committing crime? And then you out here wanting a black man to lose his job because you can't stop committing crimes. These people so crazy to me. I can't stomach the stupidity. Let her finish. Let her finish. It gets worse.
Too male, too pale, and too stale. Too male, too pale, and too stale.
Thank you.
What does she mean? Too stale. Are you saying white people can't cook? Is that what you saying? White people don't season their stuff. They don't. That's what you saying? Are you adding that little trope in there? Y'all didn't got the people be tripping about white people can't cook. Now, I know some white people don't overuse seasoning, okay? Now that I've been around white people a little longer, I don't want all that stuff on my food either. However, every group can cook if you can cook. Gordon Ramsay ain't black, and he can cook. All these chefs at these 5-star Michelin star restaurants, they ain't all white, and they ain't all black, and they ain't all whatever. All of these Michelin chefs, they can cook, bruh. I was just at Bourbon Steakhouse in Las Vegas at the Four Seasons. They can cook, bro. And I don't think a black man back there cooking. Go to the South and get some barbecue in the South. They can cook, bro. I've had brothers cook barbecue. I had white people cook barbecue. They can cook, bro. Quit talking about these white people like that because they don't got diabetes because they putting all that sugar on their food. Maybe we need to lighten up on the season a little bit. I remember grandma used to make, until the doctor told her she can't make the Kool-Aid like that. Grandma used to make that Kool-Aid, was so sweet. I felt like I was getting diabetes every time I drank it. It was a diabetic shock every time I drank that Kool-Aid, but that Kool-Aid was so good. Grandma just dumped half a bag of sugar in that thing. And I'm talking about, now I look back on it, that wasn't even real. Grandma put a bunch of fake sugar in that thing. And we used to kill it. Then that doctor said, you got to slow down on that. You getting up there in age. You can't be drinking Kool-Aid like that. So grandma had to blend Kool-Aid after that. And I was sad. But we were all healthier for it, okay? And just like them grits, growing up in Texas, I don't know where y'all grew up at. We didn't put salt on our grits. You crazy. You put sugar in them grits and butter. Comment if you put sugar and butter in them grits. Come on. If you put sugar and butter in your grits, give me a shout out. If you put salt on your grits, get off my live stream. No, I'm just playing. Sugar, baby. You know what? Put salt in it. People be putting cheese in their grit. Ain't nobody eat no grits with no cheese. And you put sugar on that thing until it get watery. Put that butter on there. How many of y'all ate grits? How many of y'all eat peanut butter and syrup sandwich? Ain't nobody eat peanut butter and jelly. I don't like peanut butter and jelly. I don't want jelly. I want peanut butter and that maple syrup my grandma put on there. I want it soppy. I want that syrup to be where it's going through the bread. I want it to be so much so it get on your hands. You like, that sugar going right, that syrup going right through there. Peanut butter and syrup sandwich. Matter of fact, if you ain't got no peanut butter, just put syrup sandwiches. How many of y'all ever ate serve sandwiches? Come on, bro. Come on. Y'all don't know how to cook, bro. Peanut butter and jelly so nasty. I can't do the jellies. Nick do the jelly, but I can't do the jelly. He don't eat peanut butter and jelly. What kind of man are you not eat peanut butter and jelly? What you eat then?
A regular sandwich.
A regular sandwich. You see how white people treat you? It's because I'm black he's saying that. If I wasn't black, he wouldn't be talking to me like that. All right, let's get to the next story. Let's see. Trump on the D.C. patrols. So now, I want you to evaluate this, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you know your cousin them stupid. Are they still crying about Donald Trump deployment of the National Guard and its heightened security in D.C.? Are they still complaining about it? If you see your cousin them, your grandma them, your friend them, that's still wearing a mask, driving a Tesla in the car by themselves, them still mad at D.C., then tell me how they mad that there have been 0 murders in D.C. since Trump took over. 0. Crime is plummeted. Are you mad at that? Are you upset that crime is down? You make me believe that you want crime to be high because Trump wanted it to be low. You make me think that you wouldn't be satisfied if Trump lowered the crime or if he raised the crime. You're going to be equally mad. All right. Let's look at some coverage. Here's the media covering Trump's patrols and alluding to the fact that the crime has gone down. Roll the clip.
Well, guys, this just in. Fox can confirm that President Trump will go on patrol tonight in our nation's capital with law enforcement and military personnel at his side. President Trump broke the news today in a radio interview, and we expect more reportable details shortly.
And I'm going to be going out tonight. I'm going to keep it a secret, but I'm going to go. You're the only one that knows. You and your lots of listeners. You have a great show. You have a very successful show, by the way, in case you haven't heard that. But I'm going to be going out tonight, I think, with the police, and with the military, of course. So we're going to do a job. The National Guard is great. They've done a fantastic job.
And how do you hate this man? Go back. He looked like Churchill to me in that little picture there. Looked like Trump Churchill. If he had a cigar, he'd look like Churchill. So how do you get mad at a guy who gives a lot of credit to the National Guard, who showing love and credit to the police officers that are on foot doing their job in D.C.? How a president that will ingratiate, that mesh himself within the law enforcement agency to patrol and see what they're doing for himself. Why are you mad at this? This is what I want. Like if it wasn't for these dumb leftist nut jobs, America would be very excited about this. Like, our president is actually trying to do something. Because he's white man, because it's white man bad, then they mad at him. Okay. Clip 2. Come on, let's put Scott Jennings up here. I want to see what Scott Jennings say. Whooping these people like a bad kid. Getting the F on their test. That's how they getting the whooping. Roll the clip.
No denying DC's got a crime problem, but should these governors be sending troops from their states where they have crime problems to DC?
Well, I mean, if you're suggesting we call out the National Guard in these cities, I think that's a different conversation than our nation's capital, the District of Columbia, which is a federal zone. And I don't think it's theater. I think it's working. They've arrested hundreds of people. They've gotten a number of violent criminals off the street. Just last night, they arrested an illegal alien and a member of MS-13. They've gotten a lot of illegal guns off the street. Half of all the non-immigration arrests have come in DC's 2 most violent wards. There was some concern that they wouldn't be looking into the places where the crime is. That's not true. They actually have been. And so I have to say, with the amount of progress they've made in just these few days, if it improves a little bit in our nation's capital, that's good for every state, because every state has people that visit there all the time. You both said they're not doing anything. The simple fact that they are there.
I didn't say all
their
of them.
Presence,
I said a majority of them.
And having more eyes and ears on the streets of Washington, D.C., a place where there is crime happening all over the city, I don't know how you could argue that that is not a good use of their time. It's our nation's capital. It is our national capital.
For crime to go down,
it is a disgrace for it to be violent.
But just one thing on that. Some of the crime that's being committed in D.C. is by young
individuals.
Yeah, and they don't prosecute people.
No. Hold on. What did you just say? No, go back. It's perpetuated by who? Say YNs. Come on, say YNs on the news. Quit lying. It's perpetuated by young. She almost said it, but she caught herself. It's perpetuated by young people. No, it's young black people. Say black. Because if they were white, you wouldn't mind saying young whites. If they were Jews, you wouldn't mind saying Jews. You wouldn't mind saying nothing else. But they black, so you got to act like you don't know what color they are. Mostly young black people are committing crimes. So therefore, we know it's young black people. Let's give them the resources they need so they won't commit crimes. Can we do that, please? All right, roll the clip. Let's play what she said. Come on, say YNs.
It's our nation's capital. It is our national capital.
For crime to go down.
It is a disgrace for it to be violent.
But just one thing on that. Some of the crime that's being committed in D.C. is by young individuals.
Yeah, and they don't prosecute people under 25. How dumb is that?
It gets to the point of the root problem here. We have an education problem. We have a schools problem. We have a community problem.
We have a carjacking problem. We have a murder
and
problem.
that's not going to be addressed by having the National Guard there for many years.
So I agree with you. It's hard to run cities, but it's also easy to see the error of your ways. In Washington, D.C., they limit prosecutions of people under the age of 25. Who do you think is committing the crimes?
And you know what? The mayor has been fighting against that for a while now.
Ed Martin. I think Scott Jennings is John the Baptist. He's going out into the wilderness preaching the truth, man. He out there facing prosecute. Everybody against it. He out there preaching no matter what in the wilderness. He on CNN by himself in the wilderness preaching. Now they have some other guests that come on there and help him out, but that man is literally every day. Like, he needs to be getting paid hazardous pay. Like, he's in a hazardous zone. He needs to have counseling. It's bad for your mental state to be around completely stupid people every day. And be honest, I have yet, and I don't watch the whole show, I have yet to hear them make an adequate, consequential argument about anything that they've been talking about. Every time I hear Scott Jennings defending a point, they are spewing nonsensical stuff. They are literally saying, they get on there, they're supposed to be talking about racism in America, whatever. They jump to slavery, and then the lady goes down this rabbit hole of slavery was bad and black people did. It's like, wait a minute, but black people own slaves too. So what are we really saying? Let's get to the other clips. All right, let's do crime is gone. There's no homicides in 7 days. Roll the clip.
The National Guard hit the ground in Washington last week. That city's crime fight went into overdrive. And now we're seeing the impact and the dramatic reductions in crime. When the National Guard rolled into Washington last week, the locals seemed skeptical.
The crime is minimal here. There's not really a lot of crime here. It looks a little like window dressing to me.
But with the Guard on the ground, crime is on the decline. For the first time in a long time, D.C. has gone 7 days without a homicide. And that's not all. Carjackings are down 83%. Robberies are down 46%. Car thefts down 21%. And overall violent crime is down 22%.
When you have these kind of numbers going down, it basically says this is a success, and that means people feel safer.
Like many big cities, Washington's police department is critically short-staffed.
People who don't feel safe aren't free.
Sergeant Betsy Smith with the National Police Association says it is ripe for federal help.
More police generally equals less crime.
Come on, say it again for the people in the back smoking crack in a Cadillac on 2 flats.
Is ripe for federal help.
More police generally equals less crime.
Let me explain to you why. She's 100% right. Betsy, thank you. I think that was her name. So let me explain to you why. When I was a police officer, when I was patrolling, I said, we're never going to get ahead of this because all a criminal have to do is understand there's only 8 of us for the entire West Division of Tucson. It's 8. The public don't know it's only 8, but you can feel that it's only 8 of us. At max, it's probably 16 people. And during the swing shift and night shift, when you start getting later in the night, bruh, if a bad guy see the cop car go by, they know it ain't a lot of us. It's just the one in the area. So they go and commit crimes, and then we following up and doing it. If we had tons of cops out there, they would know they can't get away with nothing. We'll be driving down the streets, patrolling and doing all this other stuff. It'll be safe. It's almost like cities want to have a level of instability. They want to have a level of crime committed in the cities because you can eliminate crime almost altogether if you raise the level of patrol officers that you have on any given beat. Why do you say that, Brandon? It's because if you listen to the police scanner, and the police scanner obviously has a delay, so you're not right on it. But if you listen to the police scanner and there's a tone that go off, which means that there's emergency response, there's a shooting that happened on so-and-so and so-and-so. Most of the cops are going to the shootings. And if you're a criminal listening to the scanner, you're like, oh, this is my chance. They're not worried about somebody burglarizing something or doing this and that. I'm gonna go and skate in here. They focus on a homicide. They focus on a high-speed chase. Not focus on a little petty crime here and there. People begin to get emboldened and commit more crimes. When you're somewhere and you don't see a police officer for like 2 or 3 days, you get the perception that they're not here. And so you go and start acting fool. That's why they get emboldened. When we have high levels of patrol, the crime goes down. Why? Because they know we lurking. Just like when you go on the freeway, you driving like a maniac, like I do. Well, I can't confirm or deny if I go the speed limit when I'm on the freeway. But you flying. Oh, it's a cop. He's slowing down now. Now you scared. Like, how many more cops? I'm in the speed trap. So now you're going slower than what you would normally go. Now, when you're on the freeway and you ain't seen a cop for like 2 hours, you're like, man, I'm good. I go to Vegas and I don't see a cop for an hour and a half. I know I'm good. They must be somewhere else. I'm flowing. Man, when you see them cops on the side of the road, then once they pulling people over, you really like, oh man, I ain't getting caught up, bro. They ain't playing tonight. They all over the freeway. So why don't we invest in more police officers to curb the crime rate? It's only until in Tucson, they poo-pooed us for the longest until the mayor got robbed for his Prius. I actually laughed out loud because he was so anti-police. Not, he wasn't complete, but he wouldn't support us, right? And he was one of the woke, just trying to be woke and say what people want to hear him say. Man, he robbed that man for his Tesla, right in front of a pretty prominent, wealthy area. At first, I was like, a Tesla, he might as well call non-emergency for that. That thing worth $20,000 or something, bro. They can have that. What they gonna do? Joyriding a Tesla? It ain't got no juice. They go on a high-speed chase that we can get out and walk. Beat that Tesla. Beat that other Prius. No. They sent alpha deployment. I was like, what happened? Was somebody? I'm looking at that thing. Beep, beep, beep. Units copy, armed robbery or something. I'm like, 2U1. I'm like, 2U1. 2U4. 2U4? And these are sergeants from Team 1 and Team 4. This is like on the other side of the city. I'm like, why is 2U? And you look at the call. When I was a cop, you could look at the call at who everybody's attached. Command 1, 2U1, 2U4, 2U3. Like 40 officers. I'm like, what the? I ain't never seen somebody come from another division. Command 1, I've never seen a lieutenant come out of his office and attach to a call. The chief was on the call. I'm like, who done got robbed? Jesus? Oh, it's the mayor. And at the call text, it's a little part that says mayor. I was like, that's what he get. That's what he get. I hope they don't find him. Now you gonna give us more resources? Okay. All right, let's last clip. No, we got 2 clip A's. And this is why we have a problem with these people, because these nut jobs want to protest this stuff. And here's clip 7. Roll the clip.
Here's a real cop. He has a badge. He has insignia and his name on his chest. That's a real cop.
No. He harasses citizens. He's not a real cop.
She look like she got Down syndrome. All right, let's go. Hold on. This is a message to the Nick Fuentes types. When they go out and be like, we need more white people. America, look at all these dummies out here. What color are they? There's a bunch of dumb white people out here acting a fool. Like, that's what, I don't know. I didn't mean to throw that there. I can't stand that dude. The more I listen to him, the more I cannot stand him. And people out here, Nick Fuentes is right. You're a dummy. The worst people in America are these white liberals. They booing safety. You don't see black people out here booing safety. D.C., I think the majority population of D.C. is black. It might be. They definitely are heavily represented. Black people are heavily represented in D.C. You don't see black people out here. Why black people ain't out here screaming and crying and booing these cops? Why? Because black people actually realize, thank you, because people ain't getting shot every day and we ain't got to worry about getting robbed and a little bit, you know. But the dumb white people that come from somewhere, they don't even live in D.C. They want to come and protest to protect the blacks. Black people ain't even out there. What y'all doing? They protesting ICE. Mexicans ain't even protesting ICE. Y'all protesting ICE for the Mexicans. Y'all protesting cops for black people. And Mexicans at work doing their job and black people doing their job. And the Mexicans are like, hey, you came here illegal. I don't care what happened to you. But the white liberal, we got to protect our Mexican brothers and sisters. And Mexicans who came here legally are like, nah, bro, they not like us. They not like us. Y'all need a Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. No, they not like us. Black people like, that ain't like us. We ain't got nothing to do with these little out here cutting up. If they go to jail, good. We don't want them robbing my grandma either. But the white liberal is the biggest threat to America. Policy positions, they're a threat to Christianity, they're a threat to legal immigration, they're a threat to the existence of this country. They literally let millions of illegals come into this country. And not just Mexicans. Mexican illegals, some of them are bad, but the biggest threat is terrorism. Roll the clip.
These are homeless people. You guys are don't let them do this to you. It's abusive.
I would love to get out and stomp a mud hole in people like this.
You have to go to the VA and they cut all your services. Refuse now. Do not do this. You have the obligation to refuse unlawful orders. Okay?
Looking like, shut the. What are y'all talking about, bro? We out here serving and protecting. You little coward on the side of the road.
Don't do this. It's your own therapist. You
Look.
fucking Nazi.
Like all these white people.
Get the out of my city! DC is our home. You can't have it wrong. What are you trying to say? DC is our home.
Hello, white people. Hey, stop. Y'all can't do the Negro spirituals, bro. Y'all ain't got the juice to sing Negro spirituals. They think they enslaved. They think they at the plantation singing hymns. White people. DC is our home. DC is our home. Stop, man. What y'all doing? Let black people sing and let y'all do other stuff. Ain't nothing but white people here. Hold on. What is the demographic of black people in D.C.? And do you think this is a fair representation of the Negro spirituals? Okay, let's see. What is the demographic? I'm going to look it up real quick. What is the demographics of black people living in D.C.? It's got to be a higher number. Higher than normal. Let me see. Come on. African American residents constitute approximately 43% of DC. Go back to the clip. Does that 43% of black people out there? That's half. Nearly half. Where were you? Play the clip.
You can have it, Trump. DC is our home. You can have it, Trump. It's our home, so it's our home. So get on out.
DC is our home. Ain't no black people out there. I saw 3. What are y'all doing, bro? What are they doing? What are they doing? And these are the same people Nick Fuentes think we need more of them in America. No, we don't. We don't need more white people. We need more conservative people. We need more people who have assimilated. That's what we need in America. Oh, I can't stand these people. Let's see. All right, I think I'm good with that. Cracker Barrel. Come on. Come to the show, Cracker Barrel. Now, how many of y'all love Cracker Barrel? Put your hands up in the comment section. Put your hand up. Put a 1 or put a hand if you love Cracker Barrel. If you grew up eating Cracker Barrel, if you go to the front of the store and ask your mama and them to buy you all that stuff and y'all can't afford it, so you really don't end up getting nothing out of the front but some candy, if that's you, put a 1 or a hand if you love Cracker Barrel. And them pancake and them biscuits and gravy. Come on, y'all. Come on. Now, what in the make the CEO think it's a good idea to rebrand Cracker Barrel? What are you trying to accomplish, senor? You're gonna do what to what? Who going to Cracker Barrel? Who? You with the wrong people. Woke people don't go to Cracker Barrel. A lot of time, Cracker Barrel in the country. People want that country feel. They want to go in there and feel like they want to go in there and feel like they're in Jim Crow South. I'm just kidding. Maybe not Jim Crow South, but they want to go in there, and I want to go to Cracker Barrel, where it's a white man with a flannel on, with his stomach hanging out, and his fingernails dirty. And he got an accent. What do y'all want to eat? Y'all want biscuit? You want cheese on that gravy or not? That's what I want to hear. Stomach got to be hanging. Boots got to be dirty. He looked like he just came from milking cows and he come to the table and serve food. That's what I want. I don't want somebody in there with blue hair, with nose rings. That's not Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel it's in the name, okay? It's in the name. I'm joking, y'all. I'm just trying to make light of this, okay? News don't always have to be crazy. Anyway, roll the clip. See what these fools did and look at their stock market price. Roll the clip.
Ask you, this is my favorite topic of the day. What's happening at Cracker Barrel, facing some backlash after launching a rebrand. Why do they do this to the best things? So the chain unveiled a new logo without its iconic imagery.
Hold on.
Critics say.
I want y'all to look at this logo real quick. It's called Cracker Barrel. Why would you take the barrel out of the freaking logo? I think the sign is actually a barrel itself. And the sign is a barrel, right? You said
Like the yellow blob is the barrel. The shape of a barrel.
Oh, the new one is supposed to be the shape of a barrel. That's the stupidest thing. Nobody knows the shape of a barrel is round. I don't know what kind of barrel. Oh, I guess it's sideways barrel. Come here, get the out of here. Put the rings on it or something so it look like a barrel. It just look like a logo that somebody got on Canva. Y'all out here ChatGPT and logos. Man, put the man back on there in that chair with a barrel next to him so it look like we going back in time. And it says Old Country Store. That's what Cracker Barrel is. Now they got this little weak sign on here that look like Golden Corral. Don't that look like a Golden Corral sign? Y'all Golden Corral look the same as Cracker Barrel. What are y'all doing, bruh? Roll the clip.
That it strips away the country charm, and many are calling out the CEO, but she's defending it. Listen.
I think what's important is that we're listening to
this
our
is the problem right here that they got that woman as a CEO. That's y'all already starting out wrong. Yeah, I'm not trying. Look, I'm not full anti-women. I'm not there. Not yet. Y'all finna make me. Why is this woman the CEO. And this is what hurt women too. I really don't think women should be CEOs of some of these companies. Some women are good enough, give her the spot if she's good enough. Some of these women ain't. Y'all just need to look inclusive. So you go put a dumb woman up here that's, let me preface this because I don't want women to get mad at me. Women are great, just as great as men. In my personal opinion, their skill sets are better served in other areas. Being the CEO of a company, and we see the same woke people doing CEO and marketing, is these leftist liberal women who are emotionally driven and not fact driven. The dummies who had Dylan Mulvaney do what she did lost them billions of dollars. They doing the same thing at Cracker Barrel. Woman, what are you doing? This woman don't know what she's doing. She probably ain't supposed to be there. She ain't add zero value to Cracker Barrel. And then she want to make a change because she want to be new and innovative because she a new CEO. We're going to do it a different way around here. It's a new progressive wave. I'm the new CEO and we got to, I don't know if she knew or not, but she acting new. Ma'am, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You just them over. That's what you just did. Roll the clip.
We're doing this all for them. The Cracker Barrel needs to feel like the Cracker Barrel for today and for tomorrow. And again, the things that you love are still there. We need people to choose us, and we want people to choose us because people love this brand.
Social media users are firing off. One said, when will they learn? And country singer-songwriter John Rich writing, quote, this could be a Bud Light moment in the making. Clay, is this a Bud Light moment? I mean, why? Why change something that is so classic?
They're morons. The CEO is a moron, Aisha. This company is based just down the road from me here in the Nashville area. Stock price, you should put this graphic up. Down $8 today. If you announce a new logo and your stock price tanks by $100 million, there you go. Look at that right now. They should fire the CEO on the spot for being a moron. Look, I have a lot of jobs, Aisha, but I'm willing to give one more here. I will keep companies from making disastrous decisions. Bud Light, Nike, Cracker Barrel. Just ask me, would a moron do this? I will tell you, yes, don't do it. I'll save you billions.
I need that job too. How about we create that as a division of the Office of Tatum? Come consult with us before you lose your hope in your company. Come consult with me. We want to change the logo of Barrel. Why? Why you want to change the logo? You can't leave a barrel and Cracker Barrel out of the. You can't leave the barrel out. You can't leave a historical man that's sitting there. They got not rocket chairs. They got them. Yeah, they are rocket chairs, ain't they? Yeah, they're rocket chairs. They got the rocket chairs out front. Well, man, when I look at the sign, I feel the environment. They don't have nothing on the sign. It's nothing there. They don't have a phrase. They don't have a barrel. They don't have a rocket chair. They don't have nothing. That don't mean the same. Y'all finna spend hundreds of millions of dollars to go through every Cracker Barrel. And let me tell y'all this. This is something people not understanding. When you go to change a logo, you have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars probably. I mean, hundreds. You got to spend millions at least. Cracker Barrel is all over the nation. I don't know how many thousands of stores they got. Bro, you got to change every billboard. You got to change every sign that's erected in the air that got Cracker Barrel. You got to go physically change that graphic sign. Some of them be spinning like this. Some of them got lights and stuff. You got to go change all of that. You got to change. You got to redo the storefront. You got to change the thing on the store. Every employee's uniform. They got to have a new Cracker Barrel logo. All the paperwork, the flyers, the menus in 1,000 stores. You got to change all of that. For nothing. And I guess they painted the inside of it. Let's play that clip. Roll it. This can't be, maybe this is a one-off Cracker Barrel. I swear before anything, I will never go to a Cracker Barrel again. If the inside of the Cracker Barrel looks like this, I don't want to be there. I go to, listen, let me see. Let me do a test real quick. I'm gonna do a test real quick. Y'all hold the phone. Y'all gonna see where I'm going in a minute. Let's just do this real quick. Let's just do this. Who is the CEO of Waffle House? I hope it ain't a woman, because then I'll be wrong. Is it a woman? Shikari? It's a woman? Shikari, that sounds like a black person. Oh, you trying to be racist? Oh, okay. He said Shikari because it sounds like a black person name, and he don't like black people that much. I'm just playing. He said that's not why. What is it? So you do not like black people, but that's not why. Is that what you're saying? Why my thing ain't coming up? Who's the CEO of Waffle House? My internet not working.
Yeah, mine's being weird too. Still going. Looks like we're still going though. Joe Rogers III.
Who?
The white guy. Joe Rogers.
It's a white man. Yeah. Thank God for white men. Waffle House ain't changed nothing from when was Waffle House founded?
I think
they still cook the same stuff. They still use the seats look the same. They still smell the same. That same seat that was in Waffle House was the same seat that was there when I was born. In 55, they've been there for 70 years. And they haven't changed nothing. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I go to Waffle House, they still have the same Grand Slam. What is it called? America Slam.
I think that's Denny's.
No. It's not Grand Slam. It's American something. I just was there the other day. My wife went to just yesterday. She took the kids. We went to Waffle House in Orlando like 3 weeks ago. What's it called? All-American Breakfast or something like that. I think it's All-American Breakfast. Somebody help me with Waffle House. It's the All-American Breakfast, ain't it? Yeah. In the Waffle House? Mm-hmm. Grand Slam maybe IHOP. The All-American Breakfast. I go up in there and I say, I want the All-American Breakfast. Add me 2 more eggs with cheese. Give me the grits. Give me the sugar container. That same sugar container every time I was a kid with the little flap on the top. I dumped that sugar in there. Come on, bro. Give me the waffles. Put that syrup on them waffles. Give me that toast. I want wheat toast with the butter on it. What are we talking about here? Same menu, same people. I don't care how many people get killed in there. It's the same store. Same stuff going on. They ain't broke, don't fix it. Waffle House go. Let me see if Waffle House stock went up. Ain't nobody going to Cracker Barrel, bro. Nobody going to Cracker Barrel. Anyway, I think I didn't said enough. Let's go on to the super chats real quick because I got to go get my hair cut. Super chats. All right, let's get to the super chats. Hey, thank y'all for the super chats anyway. And go follow me on Substack, okay? If you like the Substack, I'm going to try to build that thing out. I got one today that I wrote over the weekend. I mean, I see the weekend when I was in Vegas. I wrote this one about, remember I was telling y'all I was going to write a op-ed about redlining? Well, I wrote it, and I'm going to publish it today, this evening sometimes. Go follow me on Substack. It's Tatum Report on Substack, or you can follow me individually at The Officer Tatum on Substack, okay? So Sugars and Grits, concoction that Democrats came up with. Yeah, right, boy. Let's see. I'm so glad to see they cleaned up D.C. Lord knows we are all still waiting for the Democrat politicians who stood by defending the police to give their security detail we pay for 100%. Let's see. All these dummies screaming and crying about the safer cities and never experienced any violence. They grew up with money and protection for real life 100%. Why they keep letting Palestine take over everything? I don't know what that means. Sugar and grits, bruh, that's nasty. Shrimp and grits is where it's at. Salt, pepper, cheese. I can't even read the rest of that super chat. Can I borrow $20 is what Dustin say. Yeah, I ain't got it. Okay, All-Star Special. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.
On the land of the free.